Hey you guys. So I'm doing another video. I'm on my rooftop. And I just got a therapy session. So I want to do a video real quick and I want to talk about growing up growing up not being so attractive. And how that experience was for me. And how it kind of ties into my inner child and my, trauma and stuff. So, for me growing up, I felt like, I wasn't attractive. I wasn't like, popular, nobody really like wanted to pursue me. Um and I mentioned this in the other video. I was called ugly growing up by, family members and stuff. And, I had to learn that they were projecting um their stuff onto me, and it didn't have nothing to do with me, which I learned in therapy. But for a long time I never thought I was attractive, and back then I was bigger. Really, it was my stomach, and I was a little chubbier. But being called fat, being called stupid, being called ugly does really affect you. And I used to really get triggered by those things. And I feel like I had to prove myself. That's why I got my degree. And that's the real reason why I like had to prove like I wasn't like, stupid. And that's why I had graduated high school. Um, and that's why I started my weight loss journey. And at the time, I really didn't like myself. I didn't like my body, and I wasn't eating in like the healthiest way. I was juicing. I was using waist trainers, and y'all do not use waist trainers because they work, but you have to like keep like wearing it. Like you have to be consistent with it, and it's not like something you can stop. Like when I was wearing it, I would like it would make my stomach smaller, but everything else got big. Like I was kind of thick, not gonna lie, but no, everything else got big. My face, my thighs, everything. I'm not mad at that though. But yeah, it's not something you should use. Like if you just, eat healthier, track your stuff, you should be fine. Like you'll lose that weight, the stomach, all that. I think I'm gonna do a video on that. But yeah, I really hated myself to where like I used to be so skinny, like real skinny. And I used to self-talk, like self-hate talk, but I used to juice, like I would juice and eat a salad, and that's all I would do. And I didn't realize that wasn't healthy. Even when I lost the weight and got skinny, I still didn't love myself. I really hated myself. Um, and I used to try to seek male attention. I used to want to get a love I didn't receive growing up, and I would look through that from males. And I think that stems from like my father issues too, looking for like a certain type of guy. And the guys I used to meet didn't see my worth or value me. And I've been in situations where like I've been like coerced and like, forced into like hooking up or whatever. But I never felt comfortable in my body. I didn't like how I looked. And that's why I got into makeup to like cover like my so-called flaws that I thought I had. And it's crazy because when I look back at my pictures, there was never anything wrong with me. I was actually beautiful. And now that I'm attractive in a sense, because everybody have their type and preferences, but I feel like I'm everybody type. That's not me being cocky, but I feel like I know I'm attractive, but sometimes the old me pop up and feel like, well, why I'm not getting this or getting that. And I feel like there's more to like just being attractive. You gotta have personality and stuff like that. Even like social media doesn't help either, because I be getting like a lot of views, and I have like random people I really don't know follow me, and my likes don't be matching my likes would be like people that I know. And I my goal with working out before was to like just show off my body so I could get the attention that I wanted. But now my goal is to like be healthy, take care of my body and look good and like, love myself more. Um and I realized like I used to place my values and like who I am as a person with my likes and like how I looked with my likes. And I'm still like struggling with that. Likes aren't like that serious. That don't make you better than nobody, or it just people just engage with your content. Like views, like I be getting like depending on what I post, like 500 views, or it just depends, um, or even more depending on what I post. I don't know. I feel like people watch me, but they just don't engage with my content, and that's okay. Like some people just might not be for me, or some people just want to see certain things, and I'm not that person. But I remember when I first got on social media, I would just talk to anybody and just flirt, and I don't really be finding them attractive, and that was me looking for love because I didn't feel attractive. Now that I'm there, um, I must get like stared at, or guys like just being sexual or just want to hook up, and I don't think that's the life or attention that I wanted, and I thought it was a different thing, you know. I thought it was different growing up, or when I wasn't attractive, and you would think like you're not a lot of people type, but I even now like I really be surprised sometimes where like being stared at or certain people approaching me, and I'm not gonna lie, it kind of like makes me nervous because I'm like, why are you looking at me? Is there something wrong with me? But I'm learning that like there's different reasons people might be staring. Like, not it don't have to be a bad thing, or even like me wanting to be approached. Like, it doesn't, because in my mind I think I'm approachable, but there's people perceive people in certain ways, and I never knew how I was perceived, and I always thought it was like a negative thing. But I feel like a lot of the people that might follow me do find me attractive. They just don't say nothing, and I feel like I'm being like protected and by the universe and God, and I'm not supposed to, entertain these people. They might have bad intentions, and I don't need none of that. Um, but for a long time, I never felt like I was attractive. I didn't feel like nobody wanted me. You know, it it did like mess up my self-esteem, and I felt like I had to fit the beauty standard in like the gay community, or being, like I said, being a certain way. And I think that's why I used to like try to change all the time to like fit certain people's types and stuff. But as I got older, I realized like me being me, I'm a lot of people's type. And I didn't realize that until I started showing more of my personality. And a lot of people like, I feel like a lot of people like me for my looks and my personality. Yeah. Even in high school, there wasn't a lot of gay people anyway. Like, I kept seeing my friends get into relationships and talking to different dudes, but it was harder for me, well, where I'm at, because there's not a lot of gay people. I was about to say something, I'm not gonna say it, cause yeah. But I feel like it didn't have nothing to do with my looks. It had mostly to do with like the area I was at, and me not realizing like I'm just rubbing my legs. Me not realizing like the heterosexual world and the gay world are two different places, and I could never, I I could never fit in their world, and I would just like question like, why am I not in a relationship? Why I don't have a boyfriend? I ended up getting a boyfriend, and that's why I don't talk to DL man, because he was DL, and that was a whole, you know, that was a lie. Even to this day, he still be calling me and texting me. I didn't realize my worth back then and how much I was like, we're on different levels. And that's like me not being shady because he's actually doing good in life. Props to him. But, I didn't see my value at the time. I was kind of toxic back then. But, you live and you learn and you grow. And I needed to. Will I go through that again? Nope. But I needed to go through that to like get to where I'm at now and pour love into myself. Because there were times where there were people I didn't want to hook up with or stay with, and my interest, it was a lot. I'll talk about my anxious attachment style or my anxiousness in another video, but I just wanted to mention like trying to fit in like the gay community's beauty standard, and how I kind of fit in it now, but I don't know. I still feel like I'm different. I think I'm accepting or learning that no matter how good I look, that I will always like I be trying to fit in, and I need to realize like I don't need to fit in. Like it's not working. Like I just need to let that go. Stop trying to be like everybody else. Um as far as like my looks or like trying to be attractive. Like I'm just different and that's okay. And there are people out there that like people who are different. I don't have to be like everybody else. Now I'm not gonna sit here and be like, once I reach my body goal, I'm not gonna show my body because I'm gonna show my body, but I'm showing it for me, not to get approval or it might be for business, not OnlyFans, but like if I need to like, because I do want to be a model, so it might be for that. But other than that, I'm not gonna show my body for like nobody else or to like get like seek man approval or get their attention. Because honestly, when I reach my goals, and it's crazy, I notice every time I have a glow up or I get to a different level, that's when people want to start talking to me. But when I was where I was at, y'all didn't want me. Because even like when I was getting older or I started to get more attractive, the people that didn't want me start wanting me later on or want to talk to me again. Even now, like if I talk to somebody and like we stop talking, they want me again. But I'm not gonna say too much. That's a whole other story or topic. But and it's crazy because okay, I just thought about it when there was a situation where there was a guy I thought I never would get, and I started like looking better or whatever, and I got him, and then when I started talking to him, I realized he was lame, and this whole time I was hyping him up in my head, and I thought he was just fine and all this other stuff, and it was like, boy, you're not even like worth my time. Now, did I do some delusional stuff? Yeah, I did. But now I'm better and I know better and I won't do that again ever. Cause they always come back. Like I genuinely believe they always come back. Or like if it don't happen now, it will happen again or I'll see them. And they be acting like look, I'm on a new journey of navigating like being attractive and knowing my worth and stuff and not entertaining people who not on my level. And when I put them on this level, I feel like they're not touchable. And then once I get there, it's like, you know what? When I put them on that level and I get it, it's like, I don't want it anymore. Even like, I used to think like, once I get my body goals, my life would be different. Um, I'm going to get the man I want, the attention I want. I'm going to show off my body. People will like me. But in reality, like now that I'm there, like the body is tea. Honestly, like I actually start seeing more results once I start changing my diet. I want to continue that and not focus on like I think when I was focusing on trying to reach a goal like in like a negative way, to where like I would get other people's attention, I wasn't reaching that goal, or it felt like it was taking longer. But now that I'm doing it in more of a healthier way, I can actually see more results and like truly love myself. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I first started like losing weight, I was so fixated on being skinny, looking a certain way, and I didn't see myself. Um, and I wasn't happy. I was still uncomfortable in my body. And now that I'm not doing it in a negative way, or I feel like I'm attractive, like even when I look crazy or have a bad day, it doesn't affect me how it used to. Like I'll be so depressed with how I looked, and now I'm just like, you know, I look good. Even like sometimes, because I still feel like it pops up. Sometimes I still feel like some of these dudes be treated that they be acting like I'm just like this fine. You know, I know I'm attractive, but I ain't fine yet. Um, but they be like, and I just don't be seeing it. But then I think because I was like somebody who wasn't attractive, and now that I'm getting there or I am attractive, that I don't think I care about looks honestly. And I feel like sometimes when they do that or be like, "Oh, you just fine," like hearing that is just like, ugh. Okay, I'm tired of hearing it. Like, what? I think and this happened to me. I started talking to somebody, and they only wanted to talk to me because I was attractive. They didn't care about my personality. So now it kind of like it became like, ugh, I don't want to talk to nobody who find me attractive. So I kind of, ooh, sorry. I kind of want somebody who like it's kind of I don't want to say on my level, but that I actually find attractive and don't want me for my looks and want me to like actually talk to me. And honestly, I didn't realize how hard it is to be attractive. Like now, I gotta worry about if somebody want to date me for me or my looks and not sexualize me all the time. Cause that was another thing. Like even when I thought I wasn't attractive, like I didn't realize like people really do. Even the people I was talking to wasn't even all that. But because I was looking for love or bad attention I didn't get growing up, I just like settled for less. And not saying like because I changed that I'm better than anybody, but because I worked on myself and I love myself, like, you know, I try not to compare myself to how other people look because I'm me at the end of the day. And I don't want to compare looks and be that person like, oh, I look better than, everybody has somebody they find attractive. And I don't think everybody find me attractive, which is okay. And I'm learning to be okay with that. But, um, where was I going with that? I don't know where I was going with that. I'm so sorry. And I'm learning that I shouldn't just settle for less. Because honestly, I'm realizing like my type, because I used to be like, oh, I only care about personality, but I still do. I feel like personality is a big thing, but looks also are important too. Um, and I'm learning to be okay with like, because I used to like be attracted to the ugly man. I'm not gonna lie. It used to be like those the ones that's not gonna cheat, you know, as long as I look better than them, like it was like, oh, he go like what I used to do, I used to want the men who never had somebody like me. And I remember the first time I talked to somebody who I know never had somebody like me because he would always like stare at me and like, smell my hair and like, I thought he was obsessed with me and I used to like that. And once I had it, it was like, mm-mm, they still cheat too. But no, uh, I don't like that. I don't like feeling like an object or wanting somebody just to like me because I'm attractive. Because I'm learning like there's actually other things that are good about me, not just my looks. Personality. Other stuff is good too. I bring stuff to the table. There's a lot about me. I'm funny, smart, emotionally intelligent, body T. Um, goal driven, have big dreams, creative. This me hyping myself up. But there's other things about me and the dude for me it was more like a attention thing or like feeling beautiful. I think he made me feel like I was just like something he never had before, and it was an ego thing. I was really in my ego, and that whole situation ended by me losing myself. Um, because I ended it and I gave him a chance, and during that time, giving him another chance, I was really losing myself. I lost my self-esteem and my worth, and I couldn't understand why he just wasn't obsessed with me and why he didn't want me back. Hey, also, I'm outside editing the video, and in this part, I was talking about the situation. So I didn't end it because he wasn't like. I didn't end it because he was obsessed with me. I ended it because he kind of wasn't. He's becoming distant, and he wasn't. We wasn't talking as much, and I thought I was okay with that, but it kind of triggered my anxiety and my abandonment issues. But I ended it the first time because I think we stopped talking once because I didn't want that anymore, and then he came back, and then he wasn't being consistent. So maybe I ended it twice because we did stop talking for a minute. I think we stopped talking, or he wanted to stop talk. He wanted to stop talking because he was going to school, and then he came back, and then I ended it because he wasn't being consistent and we wasn't talking as much, and then I found out some other stuff. So it wasn't the fact that he was obsessed with me, but that played into it. Um, or I thought he was obsessed with me, but it wasn't that. It was mostly like him not being consistent and us not. We supposed to be taking it serious, and he wasn't being consistent, or he didn't make me feel like he wanted a relationship. That's what it was. But I just wanted to say that because I was watching it and it came off like I ended it because he wasn't like being obsessed with me, and that wasn't it. And when I look good and that thing is good, um, you know, I just couldn't understand, and it took me a long time to like really. It was my anxious attachment style, you know, trying to get that attention when I didn't realize like you could get that from anybody. But I think at the time I didn't get that attention or what I wanted. Um, I didn't get that attention or what I wanted from other people. You know what? I take that back. I did, and that was I should never did that. I was trying to avoid my feelings and get with somebody else, and that was toxic too. Um, you see how all that ties in? But even like in the past where I used to talk to people and flirt and be, sexual and stuff with, I ended up meeting another person, and that led to coercion, and he weird. Um, yeah, so yeah, I feel like because how I feel like when people project things on you, especially as a child, it does affect you and it does show up in your relationships. And I know for me, that showed up a lot as far as like the relationship with myself, the relationship with other people's, my dating life. Feeling not attractive did affect me a lot, and I think I am moving out of a phase of like really seeing myself and seeing how beautiful I am, and realizing my worth and value, and not settling. I was definitely doing delusional things, and I don't want to sit here and be like I'm not like everybody else who wasn't delusional, sending stuff, and I'm not gonna talk about this one time, but I used to do stuff, and and I'm trying to get out of that, and I don't do it as much, like even like with hooking up. Um, that's what I'm really kind of talking about. But with hooking up, I used to want that attention and felt like if I was good at this, this, and that, this man would go love me. We gonna be in a relationship, and I don't know why I thought that. He not gonna get nobody else. And I think when you're somebody like that, and they give, because I've been in situations where I used to think that, be like, oh, we just together, and then the other person that I like did something with would talk to somebody else in front of me, And that really used to like mess me up and trigger me because, well, I don't want to say trigger. It triggers me now when I wasn't at the situations, but it messed me up, and I used to like question my value, my looks, and my worth. And I didn't realize like people want their cake. Wait, people want, what's that saying? Like people want the cake and want to eat it too. I think that's how it goes. And I was somebody that they had, but they wanted more, and not just me. Like I might have been like the top on the list, but they also wanted somebody else, or like, you know. And I feel like it's hard when you don't have other gay people to, like to tell you this, or like mentors, and like even navigating that on your own. Like I feel like I'm learning to like parent myself again. Even like being a black gay person, like navigating through that is a journey. Being black, being gay, um, living in this society is just like trauma in each thing, and it's I'm kind of like tired of it honestly, but I don't even know how I got into that. But I feel like it all ties in with a lot of things, and not having somebody to be a parent or like to show me how gay culture is or the community is or being how to be gay. Well, I'm gonna say how to be gay, but navigated through my gay journey and figuring out things and not doing things and having like a mentor. I'll say that. I want to say having a mentor and not having somebody guide you as far as like learning to love yourself and not chase people who don't deserve you or do things that only please the other person. Because even like even when I was hooking up, the hookups would not be good, but I was only doing it for attention, and I didn't like love myself or find myself attractive, and I only stayed because the person wanted me. Um, I'm not crying, y'all. There's something in my eye. I only stayed because the person wanted me, not because I enjoyed it or that's what I really wanted. And looking back, I don't think I ever really wanted to just. I didn't want to hook up, and I thought that's what relationships were about. Yeah, that's my experience with not being attractive or feeling like I'm not attractive, and constantly changing myself to get others' attentions and approval and love and whatever I wanted at the time, and not just being comfortable in myself. And I'm realizing like what makes a person more attractive is their confidence and comfortability and self love. And I'm getting there. Like I generally do feel like I'm attractive, and I used to care about what people think and my body, and I'm not saying it's not still there, but I'm more closer to. I don't want to say. I feel like I'm gonna still be healing from that, you know. But I think more positively of myself, and I'm not looking for that love or like hooking up to get attention from others or to feel more attractive or whatever I was doing. And I'm not insecure with my body. I used to be so insecure with my body and how it looks, but honestly, dudes would like cook up with anything, and that's not me being shady. They would a dog if they could, but yeah, I'm gonna end it here. I love you guys. Love yourself, love your body, um, love the person you're becoming, and always, tell yourself that you are attractive because you are, and you're beautiful and smart, and there are people who might not approach you, or you feel like there's a certain world or way to be when you're attractive, but I'm not gonna lie, the most attractive people or the people I find attractive actually find me attractive. So, anyways, I'm ending here, and yeah.